Let's make collage a little bit easier. Today I'm introducing my new collage pages with you. I'll tell you all about them and where you can get them. So grab your art journal and let's get going. Hey everybody, it's Katie. I am super excited to introduce my new collage papers with you that are available on my website and in my shop. I have a bundle on lines, one on letters and numbers, and then one focused on dots. And each of these contain 10 pages of collage sheets, and as you can see, all different patterns within those categories. And so this is a great way to incorporate easy collage, black and white pages into your artwork, into your journals, mixed media work, whatever you do. And these pages actually mean a lot to me because if you've been following me for a while, you know I'm a mixed media collage artist, and adding simple, straightforward, easy layers to your work can really make a difference and add so much depth and intrigue to your artwork. So I wanted to create something that was easy to use for beginners or more seasoned artists, and I think you guys are really gonna like this. So I'm just opening up my art journal now, and real quick, I wanna run you by a couple different glues I sometimes use. So just a regular Elmer's glue stick. Sometimes I use nori glue and sometimes PVA glue. Each of these has a different purpose. Nori is a little more expensive, but I really like it when I'm working with thinner paper like tissue paper. PVA is also a good one. It's more like an Elmer's glue consistency. It really helps to lay the pages flat so you don't get any buckling. But I tell you, I just keep coming back to my Elmer's glue stick, especially when I'm working in my art journal, and there's nothing wrong with that. It's super affordable and effective, so that's what I'm going to use here today. So I wanted to walk you through how to use these collage pages. I feel like it's pretty straightforward, but I know sometimes people just need a little bit of a push to get some ideas going and whatnot. So I want to walk you through that. And I'm actually going to create two different pages here, one on the left side and one on the right side, so you can see two different styles and ways to use the pages. So one way to start off your collage work, if you are new to this and it feels a little scary to you, is just to get some marks and color down on your page. So I just took some pink paint there that you saw, and I just kind of smeared it with a piece of chipboard, which is like thicker cardboard, and I just spread it down. I didn't even use a paintbrush or anything. And then I'm grabbing a highlighter. I really am into fluorescent colors right now. I'm sure if you've been following me, you've noticed that. The bright fluorescent colors are just my jam. So I grabbed a highlighter and I'm just like literally just scribbling on the page. And so when I think about adding layers, I always like to have some of this color or texture, some movement behind the pages. It's totally not necessary, but it's kind of where I lean when I'm starting to create a new page. I also just did some scribbles with a pencil there, and I'm going to pull out these pages and kind of just start playing with some different ideas. Now these pages are great because you can cut them, you can tear them, you can print them on different types of paper. So if you like to have a little more clear paper so the colors pop through below, which I talk a lot about on my channel, you can print even on tissue paper if your printer allows. Or if you want something thicker like cardstock, you can print these designs on cardstock as well. So whatever you have is totally doable. I just printed these packets for this video on regular printer paper, and that's going to work just fine. So for me, it's just about kind of laying out the layers first before I glue them down and just finding the balance, finding what feels good. And I feel like even with that, with these couple little pages already, it's like already feeling quite good and quite intriguing to me. So you can really take this as far as you'd like, or you can leave it super simple. Like I said, even just gluing these pages down, I feel like that's not a bad start, and that could even be a completed piece of artwork just like that. Another benefit of these pages is I'm happy if you guys just want to print as many copies as you want. Once you pay for them, they are yours, so feel free to use them in any kind of way. And if you are going to purchase these, I would love to get any feedback you have or any ideas for other designs, I have a good list going that I'll probably add to, but I wanted to get these 3 out and available to you first. But again, if you have any ideas, I'm always here. Chat with me. Let me know how your art journaling and your mixed media artwork is going. So as I said, I think this is looking great just as it is. I like that there's a little space that doesn't have the collage paper on it, that has a little of that white space. I find that feels really good to me. But as a reminder, working in your art journal, it doesn't have to be perfect or final, or you don't have to have a plan in place. So sometimes I kind of overdo the layers. I wouldn't say overdo in a bad way, but I just keep going with them because I'm just experimenting. I'm just kind of trying to reach my limits and see what happens when I mix different colors or add different lines and designs. So just consider your art journal like a playground. Just have fun with it, get messy, and just see what happens. It's a great place to experiment. So now I'm adding just a little bit of green highlighter, and these are all just basic art supplies that, not even art supplies, I'd say more like office supplies that I have on hand that are affordable and easy to use. Posca pens are always great as well. You can get those at art supply stores, Amazon, of course. And as I always do, I'll link all the things that I use below so you can easily find them if you're looking. So at this point, I always reach a point in my collages where I'm trying to debate if I add more layers or leave it as is. And again, like I just mentioned, because this is my art journal, I'm being a little more brave and bold, and just gonna see how else I can work this page a little bit. I am excited to see this art journal kind of growing and developing. I have a couple pages already done in here, which I've recorded in past videos, which if you want to check those out, you can, but it's really fun starting to see your art journal fill up. I think the scariest part with the art journal or with any kind of journal or book or whatever is just the starting off point. That first page is the most like intimidating because you're staring at a nice, clean, white, new book. But once you get past that, once you start going, then it becomes really, really fun. So I'm just using some paints that I have on hand here. And again, just using that chipboard to spread the paint because sometimes I just don't want to use a paintbrush and have to clean it out. And this is doing a pretty good job. All right, so I'm going to pull out just one more sheet. Now that I added some color to the collage pages, sometimes I like to add one more kind of clean page on top so it's super clean and crisp and white. And so I'm just going to figure out a place to add this design. And again, this is another one that's included in the line collage paper set. And let's go ahead and talk about that real quick. So in my shop, I have available these 3 packets, and I am gonna give you guys a discount code if you are a YouTube watcher here, because I really appreciate you hanging around and watching these videos and giving me encouragement each week. So below you will find a link to get these pages along with a code that you can enjoy. And I really hope you take advantage of these and play with them, because that's really important to me, is to see other people make art and experiment and kind of find their way in the art world, because I know it's not easy. It's not easy to just find the time, and it's not easy to kind of tap into what you got inside that you want to bring out. So I really, really hope that you guys enjoy these and give them a try, and let me know how you like them. Cool. All right. So even with just one half of this journal page, I have, you know, a good amount of these different collage pages in there, and it totally works. It's fun, it's colorful, it's messy, it's quite bright. These fluorescent colors never quite show up as vividly in the video as they do in real life, so I wish I could capture that a little bit better, but yeah, it's quite vibrant and bright and bold, and that's what I've been into lately. So let me pull that page back, and there you go. So there's half. And again, I could go on and on with this page here. I could keep adding layers and different elements and that kind of thing. But for right now, I'm just gonna call it quits on that side and then move to the other side to show you a whole different style of using these pages. So with this side, I am just gonna keep it very simple. I'm gonna lean into the collage pages a little more and just use those to fill up the page. And so it's gonna be all black and white, no colors on the side. And we'll see what happens. So again, just starting off with eyeballing some of these different pages that I'm tearing up. Kind of checking in and seeing what feels good with me. And this is the point in my videos where I like to speed it up a little bit because I know it's a lot to sit through, me kind of deciding what elements to put in my journal. So I'm going to add a little music, speed this up a little bit, and I'll meet you back here in a second. And if you haven't already, take a moment to like this video and subscribe if you haven't already. I really appreciate it, and I'm so glad you're here, and I will meet you back in a second. All right, so I got a bunch of my collage pages down, and I did a little bit of writing in this just to show you guys that it's okay to leave a little bit of blank white space. It's a great spot to incorporate either some text or some pictures. You don't have to fill in every single part of your page. So just, again, play with it and do what feels good for you. And then I couldn't resist pulling out my black and white washi tape that I got recently when I was in Japan, and since we're on this black and white theme, I thought I would incorporate some of these tapes onto my page, and you can see how it really just elevates the page even more. And that's what I really wanted to show you in this video and in all the videos that I create, all the different ways to create collage. There's not one way to do it, and just because I create in the style doesn't mean you need to. However, I do think it's a great starting off point to have someone kind of show you some examples and some ways to go about it to give yourself some confidence and set you off on your own journey of finding your style and figuring out what direction you want to go with your creativity. So there are just so many different ways to go about this. And as I mentioned earlier, I work a little bit different in my art journal here than I would on a wood panel, or if I'm doing a custom piece for someone. My art journal just is a great place for me to kind of loosen up with my work and try some different things. So as I'm starting to wrap up this second page, I would like to just let you know once again, below is a discount code that you can use if you are interested in trying out these pages. And I would love any feedback. Feel free to leave a comment below. If you have any questions, I've gotten so many great questions from you all in the comments over the last year or two of me having this channel. And it's been so great to connect with you and help you guys out. And you reaching out to me is helping me a lot too in so many different ways. So I just really appreciate you being here. And if you're one of those few that make it to the very end of my videos, I just want to let you know that I'm really grateful for you and I am glad you're here. All right, adding the last little touches to this, and this is my favorite part, is going back through. Once the piece is pretty much complete, I like to just kind of eyeball it a little bit and add a couple little more details that I feel just balance the piece out a little bit. Man, I do love me some black and white washi tape though, guys. I just think it adds a really great element, and that's why I created these collage pages in black and white as well, because I think just that contrast from whether you're using bright colors or more muted colors, it really adds some depth to your work, and I just really enjoy seeing that. And I have a whole series on creating art journal pages that if you're interested in learning more about this, check those out, and hopefully they will be helpful for you. All right, guys, thank you so much for being here. I hope you enjoyed watching this and it's been helpful for you, and I will check back in with you soon. Cheers, everyone.